So you're looking to become a resident of Mexico? You're in the right place. I recently got my permanent residency card through my child because he was born in Mexico. And I made this video because I found it hard to find anything online that would guide me to get the process done from beginning to the end. I think I might be able to help you with the process. From booking your appointment to the documents that you need to bring to that appointment. I'm pretty sure I could do it. Hopefully this video helps you out a little bit. If you have any questions along the way, maybe you can leave a comment below and I'll do what I can to help. If I missed something also, don't be shy to put it down in the comments because it will help other people along the way also. Before I start, I do have to tell you something. I'm not a professional, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not anyone who does this professionally. I'm just here, I just want to help. I thought this video might be helpful in some sort of way to hopefully just maybe one of you could use this video. On that note, let's get started. First, we'll go through the types of residency cards that you can get in Mexico. The first type is a temporary resident. Now, you can be a temporary resident if you're joining a family member in Mexico that's already a resident or a citizen. If you're studying in Mexico, if you plan on working in Mexico, or if you have a temporary resident card already and you need to renew it. There's also permanent residency cards. If you're a retiree in Mexico and you are financially self-sufficient, you have enough money to live here, there's a quota. We won't get into that, but there is. If you have close family ties in Mexico, like I did, like my son being born here. If you have lived in Mexico for a minimum of 2 years and you got married to a Mexican resident or citizen. Also, if you've lived in Mexico on temporary residency status for more than 4 years. I'm not gonna get any deeper into this subject of the types of residencies and what you need for them. If you do want to find more information, there's a lot on the internet, there's a lot of videos, and there's professionals that will be happy to help you. So let's move on. Preparing the essential documents to get your Mexican residency. You might not be applying for the residency card that I got. You might need other documents like bank statements, school papers, or employment papers. The example I'm gonna give you is what I needed to do, but I'm sure this video can still help you no matter what type of residency you need. I do have something to admit. I did go down to the offices, the immigration offices, about a week before I had the appointment, just to make sure I had all my papers that I needed, because I didn't want to book the appointment, go down there, and then realize I needed to book it again. So I'm trying to get you to not to have to go down there and check, double check, like I had to. The essential documents that you need, well, that I needed, maybe you don't need them, but I need them, like I said, was my child's birth certificate, my child's passport, my FFM card, which is my temporary visa for landing in Mexico. And you can find it on a website. I'll link it below and I'll show you a little bit later in this video how to get to that and how to fill it out and how to get it and print it. I read something where you needed 30 days, or well, you had 30 days to go down and do your residency from when you landed. I'm not too sure if that's a legitimate, issue, but I made sure I went in within 30 days. You need an address of where you're currently living or staying. I mean, you're not living yet because you're not a full resident. This will determine what office you have to go to. For me, it was in Mexico City, so I went down to the Polanco office. You also need all the necessary documents from the immigration website. Again, I'll show you that in a little bit later in the video. Finally, you need a payment method. I don't remember if they take debit, but I brought a credit card and I paid with credit card. I don't really think they take cash, so don't bring cash to pay. For me, that was about it. Like I said, you might have to bring more, you might not, you might have to bring different documents. Who knows? Look into that. I'll show you where to find that also. Now let's head over to the Mexican immigration website and I'll show you the best I can of what you have to do to find proper documents that need to be printed out and how to set your appointment. All right, so the first thing you do is go to this website, www.gov.mx/INM. That will take you to this site here. And if you don't speak Spanish or can't read Spanish, click English and it should load. And then you want to go to this section here. Streamline your services for you. It will take you to this page here. And what we want to click is this here, requirements, applications, payments of fees, tracking your application. And in here, you're gonna have different things like visas, permits, all different types of employers and whatever. You wanna go down to this immigration status. Now for me, there's different immigration statuses. You can check them if you're not doing the same as I'm doing through a family member. But I want to do this one, change permanent resident on a family relationship ground. You could also do temporary resident on a family relationship ground, but I did the permanent resident, so we're going to go into there. And this page pops up. First thing you do, okay, so if you see, whoops. If you see that it loads like this really. You want to scroll down and there's going to be 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4. Start with the first one. You want to go to the application. If it loads. Come on. Now, mine's gonna go change to English, but so you want to do change stay condition, and then this will be Spanish, but I did the first one, which is change your permanent status to a family member. And then you fill out everything. Fill out all your information. Just, you know how to do that. You go through it. If you want to add a person here, you want to add a person to pick up your documentation. If you have to go pick it up later on after you go down to the office, you can add a person, but I didn't. So, and then you go to keep. And once you click keep and you have everything filled out properly, this will pop up here. Where is it? This will pop up here. So the page will look like this once you click on that to keep. They're going to give you this is very important. They're going to give you this registered number, and it's a part number. So they'll give you a number right here. I blocked mine out, and that's the same number. It will be the same number and has an extra number. What you need to do is take a screenshot, take a photo. You need to keep this number. It's very, very important. Print it right away if you can, but you need to keep this page. Okay? So from there, we go back to the page where there's the other, remember this page? Application requirement, right? We close this page. And then we go into requirements. This is just a PDF file that shows you what you need for different statuses and through different family members and whatever. If you go into the other visas, you probably have the same thing where you can get information about different kind of stuff, different kind of, what you need really for this process or for your process. Then underneath that, you need to book your appointment. Okay? Well, no, let's first do the remember I talked about the FMM application, the application you get when you land into Mexico. This is the page where you can fill out your information and your document number, and you'll get a form, your landing form. Print it out. You need to print this out first. Print it out, please. You need to take that. Because you want to go from the status of a visitor visa to a temporary temporary residency or a permanent residency. So you need that form. So we go back into this here, and after you get that form, you want to click on this one, Immigration Procedures Online Application. And you create your account, okay? Create your account. You need to put in your, no, not here. Okay, make an account, and then go back to that page. Sign in, all right? Once you sign in, you're gonna see this. You'll see this page. The page will look like this. You wanna click on this, Registered Documents. From Registered Documents, wait a second, actually. Oh yeah, okay. So from Registered Documents, you're gonna click on it, and then you're gonna go to this page. It looks like this. It says online appointments. It only has this option. So you click on that online appointment, all right? And it will take you to a page that sort of looks like the top of it looks like this. It says verify, reserve, and confirm. You'll be in the verified section first, and the verified section will have this form, okay? Put that part number. Remember that part number that we saved? The first thing we did? This part number here. this part number that you got here, put that part number in. This is very important. Put that part number in. This is why we saved the part number. Then you need to put your other information here. Your document number, which is your document number that you inserted, like your passport number. Where you're staying, this part is like where you're staying, what state you're staying in Mexico, and that will determine what office you go to, okay? From there, you can reserve, it will go to the reserve section, this reserve section here, and from there, you fill out your information, more information that you need to do, whatever that reserve, it's really simple. And from there, you get this confirmation number. This is your confirmation number. Write it down, copy it, save it. Just save that confirmation number. This is the confirmation number that you're gonna need for when you get to the office, okay? After that, once it's confirmed, they're gonna email you. This email is important too. This is your confirmation email for your appointment, okay? There's gonna be a date here. This is what you'll get in your email. There's gonna be a date here. This is gonna be a QR code. And there's all this other information of where your I think there's a confirmation number there, your name, where you're gonna have the appointment, everything like that. You need to print that out also, okay? Print those out. Those are the things you need to print out. That's the most important thing to bring. Well, other than the other documentation. Okay. From there, it says that you need to print out a payment form. See, right here it says that I paid, this is what I paid, 1,702 pesos, and the 6,495 pesos. Now, if you want, it's kind of like a receipt, you need to bring it with you. I don't think you need to, but bring it anyways, because I did. You want to fill out your first name, last name, whatever you can, RFC, I don't think you need to, no, you don't have to fill out. Continue, and print out this form, the form that it gives you, okay? And those are the documents you need to, all right, it's the big day. You got your forms, you got your appointment booked, and you're ready to go down there, right? Remember to check your documents, make sure you have everything, because I must have checked it 10 times, at least 10 times. You don't want to have to get down there and rebook your appointment. That would just be a crazy hassle that nobody wants. So when you get there, you line up, you meet the immigration officer. He goes through all your paperwork, make sure it's legitimate. Like my son's birth certificate, he made sure that it was legitimate. Then you pay what you need to pay. In my case, I paid 8,197 pesos. Your fee might be different, and maybe the future, it might be a little more expensive. Who knows? You know, inflation, right? After that, I went upstairs, got my photo taken in a different area. Again, depending on the office you go to, it might be different, but I went upstairs, got my photo taken. They asked me a few questions about my background, like my religion, how many kids I had, things like that. Nothing hard. Just be prepared to answer those questions. After that, I was told to have a seat. I sat there for like 10 minutes waiting, and right there and there, I got my beautiful, new, shiny, permanent residency card. It was that easy. Now for you, you might not get like it right away. It might take you a few days or months, I'm not too sure. But with a child, like having a child in Mexico, you get it instantly. I was super surprised how fast and how easy the process was, once I had the documents, of course. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, or at least it helped you a lot, and good luck with your journey.